Hey, so it's almost 10 p.m. here in South Africa, and that means where I live it is close to load shedding time. So for those that don't know, what that means is that our power provider of the country has got several issues and they can't supply enough power to all the regions. So at certain times of the day they have to switch the power off because they don't generate enough power. Luckily this doesn't happen all the time, but it's not been happening for the last 2 weeks. And what it means is that usually around about 10 o'clock at night I find myself sitting in darkness and with nothing to do, with loads of mosquitoes just wanting to chow me. Okay. And I get bored and I usually go to bed early, which means I wake up around about 2, 3 in the morning because I'm not sleepy anymore. Then I walk around the house and then finally the power comes on again, and then I watch YouTube and then I fall asleep again and so forth. So I figured I need to find a better way to spend my time, and you know I'm a Lego fan. So what I've decided to do is get myself this. Ta-da! So this is the new Star Wars Millennium Falcon Lego set. Not Nerf, people, can you believe it? I'm doing Lego on this channel for change. And my idea is that I'm gonna build this set. As the power goes off, I'll switch on some candle lights or something, and I'll just sit here and build Lego so that I don't have to go to bed early. It feels so pointless going to bed early just because Eskom tells me, sorry, there's no power, nothing to do, go to bed early. So I've got all the Lego packets in front of me, and I'm just gonna build it. And I don't really do Lego builds on this channel, or I haven't up till now. And I'm not going to try and compete with Jang. That's kind of pointless. I mean, Jang bricks, and there's a lot of guys just doing it better. But this is one of my interests, and we are inside my workshop. So I'll show you what I'm doing as I go along. My idea is, as I build a Baggy, I'll maybe just cut to it, show you what I've done, and just discuss it. Okay, so here we are. Basically I have all the packets laid out here on the table. There are 10 of these packets. Well, it's numbered up to 10, but there's not 10 packets, there's more because there are several. There's 2 ones, and then there's a bag over here that is not numbered, so that gives us 12 bags. Alrighty, so and obviously the manual, I've not even opened the manual yet. I really wanted that the UCS Millennium Falcon pretty bad, but I just can't afford that. So I've settled for this version of the Millennium Falcon. The previous versions, I didn't like the Han Solo one. That was the one with the white and blue. It was just too clean. It wasn't Star Warsy for me at all. And the 2015 Millennium Falcon, I actually would have gone for that, but I think this one that's currently out now, which is the Lego set, let me just see, 75257. I think this is a very good representation of the Millennium Falcon for the price, and I think it's a more accurate shape of the Millennium Falcon. Obviously you can't compare it to the UCS, that's just ridiculous, but this one comes pretty close in the shape to what it's supposed to look like. Alright, and I would really have liked to have Han Solo in the set, but I do have Han Solo from my UCS Slave 1 and from the freezing chamber set as well. So I've got 2 Han Solos, but I would have liked the Han Solo with the blue pants, you know, and the jacket and so forth. Alright. Okay, so let's start with bag number 1. I'm just going to move all of these away. Ah, there's 2 baggies of 2 as well, number 2 as well. Now, for those that don't know, or I guess none of you actually know at this point, is I keep all my Lego boxes. They are locked away, and I really keep them in mint condition. Obviously, the boxes, the set's not mint because I've opened them, but I keep it in very, very good condition. The bags I keep as well. So what I do is I actually just cut a portion of the Lego bag, and I'm hoping that one day I might be able just to, you know, if one day when I get tired of Lego, I might be able to just sell it on or something. Okay. I need the manual. What have I done with the manual? Oh, there it is. Okay, just 1 second. Need to do some swapping here. Okay, I just set up another camera so you've got another view of me. So we can actually speak face to face while I'm doing something. Alright, it's time to get the Lego baggie out. I got scissors here. So where am I going to cut this? There we go. Okay. You can see there's obviously some stickers. Now I'm not going to sit down here and build this thing in one go. So this is going to go over a few days, and I'll see how I release it. Oh, excuse the hair. It's obviously late at night here, so. Right, so there's our plan. Let's just see quickly. So for those that don't know, I use my iPhones to record, and I've got a pretty cool app that allows me to swap between the different camera views. So let's just quickly see what the top-down view is seeing at this stage. Okay, that is the wrong camera. Okay, we want to be on that one. Okay, so it can actually see what I'm doing. Alright, so let's just put this away to one side, and let's see. Okay, so we're going to start with basically the base of the Millennium Falcon. Alright, and I need baggie number 1. So it doesn't appear like the power is going out tonight. It would have happened by now already. So yeah, for those that don't know, obviously South Africa went through a bit of a political thing in the 70s and 80s, well, up to 1994, where there was a lot of oppression, segregation of races, all kinds of things like that. It came to an end when I was in standard 8, that is grade 10. That's when it came to an end. So that's obviously pretty good that came to an end. What was strange is growing up I didn't actually know about any of that happening. It was just normal for me, so it might sound a bit strange, but for me it was kind of normal. I grew up not knowing about black colored people. I don't want to use racial terms, but it was just normal for me not to see them. They didn't live in my area. They came and I never saw them. They didn't go to school with me. And from my point of view as a child, that was just normal. And suddenly in high school, things started to change. And now I guess it's now what? 20 something years later. Now it's, I can't believe that it would have been, that it was that way back then. So in any case, because of that, obviously new people in political office, the existing regime was not overthrown, but thrown out of office basically, and new people took over. But what we're experiencing now at the moment is a bit of a reverse of what we had back then. So where the white people that were in control were discriminating against the blacks at that time, and didn't provide them with any voting ability and things like that. We sort of have a bit of a reverse of that at the moment here in the country, where there's a whole thing for BEE, which means that for certain, the companies have to employ a certain quota of different races according to the population statistics. So obviously whites are the minority in the country by far, and therefore companies are being forced to only employ a certain amount of those people. What that also resulted in is that as companies from that time, like the Eskom now, from back then, they were providing power, and suddenly these changes had to be made, and so the workforce got retrenched or let go, which resulted in a lack of skills and unfortunately corruption, because the new people that were now in power never had access to the power and the money that they suddenly had, and so money was and is being squandered quite badly, and there's lots of corruption. And that has now led to the power provider in South Africa basically not being able to provide power to the country. They're currently working on it. I believe our current president Ramaphosa is doing a very good job about it. But okay, so that is why we have got power issues in South Africa. Okay, so back to the build. With this live build, I'm not going to try and take anything away from my experience. I'm going to build this as I would normally do. So I'm not going to go and take shortcuts. So usually I assemble the little guy first and just put him to one side. So this is a new character. I've not seen him before. Obviously he's a character in a new movie that's not out yet. And what I'm going to do now is I'm going to pack these bricks out, because it's my Lego set and this is how I do it. I get the full experience of building the set, because I build the Lego set once and then it goes on the shelf and it never gets disassembled again. Just the way I do things. Okay. So I like to just roughly put all the types together. It doesn't need to be completely accurate, but it just makes it so much easier to find the bricks that I'm looking for. And it's even quite possible that we might not even complete the first build, basically the first bags built tonight. We might only just maybe do the packing. We'll see how it goes. So how many of you are into Lego as well? But I know quite a few. I work for a big bank here in South Africa, and there are many of the male staff that I work with that actually build Lego, that own Lego and build Lego. There's a few that play with Nerf guns as well, and that play airsoft as well and things like that. So it's like, I don't know if it's my generation, but it's like we have not completely grown up. I am not like my father was at my age. Like my father never had basically time for childish things. Also never spent money on himself. Everything was for the family, always budgeting and things like that. Obviously he provided, but even today he will not really do anything for himself. If he spends money, it's got a purpose. It's for the house, or for money on my wife, on his wife, it's my mother, and it's just different. Where I buy toys for myself, and I've got a kid, and I'm married, so it's just different. I think that's where that whole Nirvana song came from, Smells Like Teen Spirit, where what was happening is the fathers were starting to have fun and party and listen to the same music as their children, and that's why the song is called Smells Like Teen Spirit. Yeah, I guess it's the generation thing. What I am noticing, that was a bad one. What I'm noticing is that my son, although I buy him Lego, he is not really interested in building Lego at all. He much rather watches YouTube by himself, and he plays Nerf obviously in games. But if I buy him a Lego set, there isn't the same appreciation as what I have for it. So it also makes me wonder, for how long is Lego going to be around for still? I mean, is it a global phenomenon? Are kids just not interested in playing with physical bricks anymore? I guess I should have done this live. I've never done a live broadcast, but seeing that this is, as I say, this is, I'm not planning to make this a normal thing on my channel. Well, maybe, but not at this stage. I'm just doing it because this channel was originally started for nerfing, okay, and then it became very obvious to myself that because the channel was called Barker's Nerf Channel, but it became obvious to me that I don't think it was something that I could sustain, and then a lot of the blasters I was reviewing and starting to tinker with were not Nerf. They were X-Shots, and so I didn't want to have it locked to a specific brand in my name. Then COPPA came around, the COPPA laws, and added the whole adult thing. Is your content made for children? And I wanted to sidestep that and make it clear that, listen, I may do anything in my workshop. I might be spray painting, I might be building Lego, I might be working on motor engines in here, or anything electronic. So that's why I renamed the channel. Yeah. So, and now we're building Lego on this channel. But as I say, I might build the set and upload all of that, but I can't see it becoming what this channel is about. This channel is basically a representation of me and all my interests. Now I know YouTube has got this whole formula where you should not mix content and so forth, but I've seen enough nerfers that also play Lego that I believe that those two actually they don't go hand in hand, but I believe that the community or the people that are into Nerf is also going to be into Lego. So as you can see, I'm just unpacking everything like this. A friend of mine, named David Turvey, he used to do this, well, he probably still does, to the quite extreme where he packs things out, and when he's done, it looks like he's used a ruler to measure the spaces between everything. So precise and accurate everything is. But for me, it is not about that. It's not about the perfection. It's just to get all the pieces that I need in an easy to locate manner. So some people sort by color. I sort by color and by blocks of the same type. So you can see I don't bother to line the little black thingies, the studs. These are Technic studs. I don't bother to line them up. I just put them all in one place. Okay. Almost done, and then we can get going. And I usually build all my big Lego sets. Well, I build a new large Lego set usually over the Christmas holidays, December holidays. You don't fit there. Just because that's when I take my leave from work, and it's when I've got the most time. I used to do a reading around at the same time. Okay. Right, so I've got quite a few of these. I think I've got like 6 or 7 of these already. But we can get started now. So let's get our booklet. Alright, so we need this guy. And we need some black studs. So here we go, getting started. I'm not being very loud today, so I hope this mic over here is actually picking up all the sounds okay. Is it now all around? Let's just see. No, it's not from this side. Okay, like that. Then I need one of these. I guess this is where the conversation is a bit one way, and if I was doing a live stream then you guys could have asked me questions, but I've looked at the live streaming, the way people do it, and it really, I'm not sure I like it. Get the feeling that that is really like people are into your privacy and into your life, and I'm not saying I will never do it, but right now I prefer, I like having the distance between us, that it's a one-way conversation and I can do things I like at the time and pace that I want, and you can get and watch my video after I'm done. Because if I had to now build this Lego and read off a screen the whole time, like I've watched Rich Boy Jay do it and so forth, I would probably never get any building done, to be honest, if I had to do it like that. But I guess you get used to it. These Lego engineers that come up with these plans are also pretty amazing, to be honest, because I'm just sitting here like a mindless drone and I'm assembling blocks. I'm not really thinking about why these things are connected in the way they are, but obviously they had to go through the exercise of why am I doing it like this, why am I structuring it like that, and I'm pretty sure that they get taught or how to assemble things to get a strong build. But I'm just sitting here like a mindless drone, assembling blocks, following the plan that I'm given, so I can get my Millennium Falcon and display it. Okay, so does that look? Yes, it does. Okay. Oh, apparently I need one of these guys. Guess that flips over here, goes in here. Need one of those connectors. Where was that now? Yeah. Two large pages for just 3 blocks. I guess, yeah, it's quite nice of them, instead of having to struggle to figure out how things go. Okay, I'm going to put that down. Need some studs. These things. Have any of you actually been watching the Mandalorian? I'm a big Star Wars fan, if it's not obvious, and I've actually been following it, and I think it's pretty cool. It's really cool. I like it. the whole Baby Yoda thing is very interesting. I'm not sure where they're going to go with that. How long is this Mandalorian series supposed to run? Because if Baby Yoda, sorry, this hair in my mouth, he's 50 years old at the moment and he's still a baby. He's not gonna grow up very soon, and so unless they start jumping ahead in time to get him to grow, I wonder how this is going to play out, because basically he's 50 years old, he's currently still a baby, so in 3-4 years time he's still going to be a baby if his progression of growth continues like it's been up to now. So I just wonder how they're going to work with that, because surely the Mandalorian can't be protecting this Baby Yoda for the rest of his life. That will just seem a bit odd. At some point this Baby Yoda is going to have to grow up and use the force and start to kick some ass, like a teenage version of Yoda, I guess. But will the Mandalorian still be alive by then? Or is the Mandalorian story of Yoda, this Baby Yoda, that the Baby Yoda is ultimately the Mandalorian? Yeah. Okay, are we done with this as well? Okay, next. So we're now back to this piece again. No, we're not. Let's connect them there. These. Now, another thing that makes having a YouTube channel in South Africa a bit of a challenge is just our internet speed. I mean, it's not very fast. Fiber is only becoming being rolled out to residential areas right now. So some people have it and others don't. So I'm still on what they call a DSL line, which is a copper line. It's a telephone cable that comes into my house, and the speed on it is very, very slow. So, and I've got one of the faster, I won't say fastest, but I've got one of the faster lines that you can get. I've got an 8 megabits or megabits lines, and it still takes me, I don't know, 5-6 hours to upload a single YouTube video of about 500 to 800 megs. Something like that now. Turn it over. So that is a bit of a challenge, and that makes releasing new content on a daily basis just impossible. It's not possible. Even if I could make it, the best I can do is I could upload every second day, maybe. Why do I feel like I've missed something now? Wait, what have you done? Okay, time to go back and check where I screwed up. Okay, does this look like that? Yes, I believe it does. Okay, so that is fine. Okay, moving back in. This one. Did I use the wrong piece to start with? This block. I think so. This is that piece. Okay, and this is that piece. I'm just messing myself around, nothing's wrong. Okay. Alright. Something's just not aligned properly. And I believe it's this bottom part. Okay, so there we go. That's a match. So I was being too much of a mindless drone. Because I have to pay a little bit more attention. Hey, let's just check the pins in the right place. Yeah, next page. Okay, next we need one of these guys. Come on, pins, so don't get lost now. Let's get back. Oh, when you're making a mess now. Those things go there. Okay. Okay, there we go. Because apparently this will go in here. Okay. And I'm sitting here and I'm wondering whether I'm ever going to upload this video, because at this rate it will be quite massive. I might have to drop the quality down to 720 just to have the upload size not too large. By the way, if any of you actually watch this, just tell me in the comments so that I can actually know that somebody bothered to watch this on YouTube if after I've uploaded it. It's amazing how I struggle to get people to subscribe and like my videos. Sometimes I wonder, geez, what is it that I'm doing wrong? Is it that just nobody sees my videos? Is the thumbnails that you see of the videos not interesting enough, alluring enough, and so nobody bothers to click on it? Because that goes in there like that. And I guess now we're going to build another one. And what I find strange is some of my videos that on YouTube that is performing pretty good and well, I never thought would. It's not, so I'm not sure how the algorithm is promoting my content, because the content that is getting the highest views is not my best content at all. I'm serious and honest about it. It's not. Like there's one that's the internals of this Nerf Scout Mark II. It's getting way more views than any of my other videos, and to be honest, it's probably one of the videos I spent the least amount of time on, and it's very, very short, but yet I get lots of views on it. And I never thought that anybody would ever really bother looking at it, because the Nerf Scout Mark II is not a very interesting blaster to start with. And there I've got a whole series on how to build a modified Strife, and nobody looks at that. The video that I've got that has got the highest reviews is a review I made on the Dart Zone Pro blaster, the Mark 1. And okay, yes, I did jump there on and ride the wave, because as the blaster was released evening, I made that video knowing that it would be a bit of a hype and people would want to watch it. And obviously I didn't have the blaster, so I couldn't really do a review, but I piggybacked off other people's videos and websites that had access to it. And that video is the best on my channel, but it's not my own. I don't view it as my own, as really something that I did myself. Well, obviously I made the content myself, but I hope you understand what I mean. Okay. Where am I now? Okay. These. The gap is not right. I hope my battery is gonna last. The iPhone 11 Max Pro battery life is amazing for recording, but this iPhone 7 sitting in front of me that I'm using to record my face, its battery doesn't last very long. So it might die soon. It seems to be already at 41 minutes. I might have to cut some of this out during the editing. I also ask myself sometimes, would I really want to make a living from YouTube? I'm not sure about that. It's a lot of pressure. Like I watch Lord Drac, for example, and he seems to be making a living from, well, Nerve in general, not only YouTube. But I can't imagine what it must be like knowing that it's your job. Because I do this for fun, because I like making content. And if I didn't enjoy this, I wouldn't be making it. But I can't see it being a job, because I'm actually I started off as a software developer. I'm now a software architect for the last 8-9 years, and so that is also passion of mine, and I really enjoy that. And I'm trained and skilled in that, and I enjoy that. But I can't see myself, this stuff that I'm doing now, the Nerve, the modding, all of that. That is what I do after hours to take a break from my real job. Now imagine this was your real job. What would you do to take a break? Can you afford to take a break? Can you actually take 2-3 weeks and just go and have a holiday through Europe or something? I don't think Lord Drac can. I don't know. I don't think so. It's obvious that he's got other sources of income, but I'm just wondering, what is the long-term plan? So it's nice getting a bit of money from YouTube. Well, not me yet, but I imagine that it is nice to get it. But if it was me, I would not want to be dependent on that for a living. Okay, just put this over here. Come on. Come on, James. Jy's op YouTube. This is my son James. Hello, James.
Hello.
Yeah. Okay. Night night. Okay. This is the family saying good night. Okay. What next? Interesting, I've got one of these pins left and I'm wondering that I miss a step somewhere. That gets connected like that. So obviously I missed a step here because I don't have pins on that side. Okay, so there's the steps that I missed. Cool. Before I put that in, let's just double check here to see that where this must go. Is that a step I missed? I think that is the first one. Okay, we'll see as we go along. Let's lock this in place now. So it's currently like that. Let's see what the other view looks like again. Make sure that everything is in view. Can people actually see it? And this also happens sometimes where this camera above just freezes up and I don't get the stream down to my other devices, and then I've got no idea whether it's actually recording or not. And sometimes it is and sometimes it's not, and what then happens is I lose all of the content that I have been recording up to then. Oh, okay, it appears to still be recording. Goodbye. So we need some pens. Well, the question is, am I still gonna edit this tonight, or am I gonna leave it till tomorrow? Case if I don't tell you what date it is, you will never know. What are we missing here now? Two of these guys. Okay, so this just goes there. So I'm taking leave. We were talking about leave earlier. I'm taking leave from work soon, in the next few weeks, and over Christmas and so forth. And it's nice, I can actually take leave working for a company, and they pay me so that I can take leave. But I guess if I had a YouTube channel, huge one, my income would have been massive compared to my salary. So it's like working for yourself or having comfort and the illusion of stability. Let's call it the illusion, because companies fold and go under quite easily. Alright, so those pins are in place. Turn. Okay, so now we turn this thing upside down, like that. Get these guys, those. So I'm not sure if you can notice, there is no struggling to really find the blocks that I need. With it backed out like this, I find it very, very easy, and there's no real searching. The only thing that's been happening right now is I've been getting myself lost, confused, because I'm talking too much. You notice there's a difference here. Is that supposed to be like that? Yes. Okay. I accept. Then this goes up to that. Interesting build that that it's not a uniform. It's not symmetrical. It's not the same on the left and on the right. Okay, so we've done that. Next guy. Okay, so now we need this. This. Need this little block. Okay, this way and just get the stuff right, pointing in the right direction. Yeah. Something like that. And this is going to be like that, and this goes here. Is that correct? Like so. Like there is that. It's on the page. Now we turn it around again. So, as I've already mentioned, I'm probably not going to do this all the time. I'm just actually wanting to share something like this with you. Okay. I don't build enough Lego sets to do this on YouTube in any case. Now, those plates look very big and I don't think I've got them. So another bag number one. It's in the unmarked bag by the looks of it. Is that correct now? Jeez. I hope it is. Okay. Making an assumption, yeah. This little guy, it goes there. Bit strange with that bag not being numbered. I mean, Lego's usually pretty good with those type of things. So either I'm doing something wrong, or they just didn't mark the bag. Okay, so next. So it's these. Yeah, it's these over here now. So that's for 8 studs. So yeah, it's this guy. Okay. When I started this channel, I checked, it was actually in June that I did. At one point I had enough content worked out ahead of time for 2 months. But right now I'm only working 1 week ahead. So whatever is scheduled to show on Friday, I only release on Wednesdays and Fridays. Whatever's scheduled to go out then, I've got, actually I don't have anything for next week yet. I have to make a plan, but obviously I have made their plans. I've got some blasters that I need to review. We need to start looking at those X-Shot internals of the new those Chaos line. See what makes them tick. Okay, now some wings. Looks like that. And that. And so. Now, so I wonder how this Lego in my channel is now going to affect my channel. Is it going to like destroy my channel? As I say, been going for a while now, and I've got, say that I started in June. There's about 70 something videos at the moment. I only have 53 subscribers. It feels to me like it's freaking slow. I really wanted to grow faster than that, but it appears like it is a marathon. It takes a lot of time. Not sure why it takes time. Is it the exposure? Is it that your content has to reach that critical mass that the algorithm finally starts to see, oh, there's a channel here that we need to share the content with people? Or what is it? Because surely if I've had a couple of thousands worth of views, if those people enjoyed the content, they would have subscribed, but yet they haven't. So back there. I've also got no idea if YouTube actually looks at the regions when it's sharing the content. So yeah, in South Africa the number of nerfers is, the nerfing community is tiny. It's like non-existent. That doesn't seem very stable. Okay. So if YouTube is only sharing my content with other South Africans, then this channel is going nowhere very quick. Okay, I need to put those little things in place. But I've had some people comment, well, here and there on my channel. So I know I've got some people from the UK and Saudi Arabia that's watching my channel. But yeah, as I say, I still wonder why people don't subscribe. Okay, that's the other big piece that I need. This thing is definitely not symmetrical. And I can tell you, if I was working at Lego, I would not be able to build like this, because I like symmetry. And okay, I can see that's probably the trap door underneath the Falcon, so that's probably why that's like that. But I really like symmetry. I would not be able to have the left side and the right side of something in the back or front looking different. Okay, need some yellow blocks. That goes there, goes there. Not like that, Wayne. Am I missing a piece? Stop. Okay, so I have got a few blocks here, but we're looking for 8 by. This is only got. I don't have enough. I'm missing this guy here, and that's a biggie to have missing. Is that even possible? Okay, let's see where this goes then. Yeah, you can see it's quite a big one there, and this can fit in there. So all I can think of is that I use underneath. No, I didn't. I'm basically missing one of these. Okay, let's continue. Okay, so this goes here. Okay, and then this goes here. Yeah, I must be missing another bag, because there is another piece. I don't think this is it. That's 8 studs by. Eyes are starting to lie to me. So it's 8 by. One, two, three, 4, 5. So it's 8 by 8, that's a square. I definitely don't have that. Okay. I suspect these are the wrong parts then. Maybe I've put these in the wrong place. That's what's going on here. There we go. Now this will work. That's it. Egg on your face, Wayne. Live on YouTube. Not a master builder yet. Cool. That. Back here. So you go there. Where you should be going. This guy goes here. Then the other side. Goes there. that. That is open. This goes there. I've got a few pieces left. Next page. Impossible. I must have used this somewhere because I think I only have one of this. So let's just go back. Where was it supposed to go? Turn it around. Okay. Where does this go? Yeah. Okay, let's just make sure that there's another one. Not paying attention, Wayne. Not paying attention. Then I've got a few of these. And that's supposed to go there. Just gonna lock these things in place. That was 2, so I used 2. I've got 2 left. Okay, is that it? No. Yeah. Okay, and there we go. Turn the page around. Get there. And we're at the start of the second baggy, and this is where I'm going to end tonight. We can always continue tomorrow, and we'll just build this Falcon over the next few days, I guess. Cheers guys, and subscribe. Remember, like, subscribe, click the button, click the bell. Cheers.